Hello and welcome. So it's the drive home. How exciting is this? It is absolutely chucking it down. Must be summertime. Anyway, so welcome to the shed. So yesterday I was asked to do a video. Had a request for a video. Always like a request because it makes you think, well, if they request it, then there's a good chance they might watch it. So who knows, this one might actually get some views. But the way I see it is, even if nobody watches this absolute rubbish, at least it is a way of doing some sort of diary of your life. And let's be fair, diary writing is a bit boring. Well, any writing is quite boring, but at least it shows the sort of things that you perhaps are interested in. So at the moment we've got the Olympic Games taking place. So I know we won at least one gold today. Not sure we won any more. Not sure how the bronze match taekwondo went on because I didn't bother listening to it. I was listening to a audiobook all day. Anyway, so what I was asked to do yesterday was, Andy, why don't you talk about and put in some sort of order the worst Olympic game events? Well, I'm not going to do that as such, but I'm going to do something along those lines. So what I'm going to do is go back to my childhood. It was a long time ago, and it could be quite tricky to remember. But what we're going to do is imagine that there were events that you did at school sports day that could be put into the Olympics and how that would happen, how that would work. So obviously the main one we would like to see is possibly Jamaica versus America in the egg and spoon, because they can run quite fast, but how well can they balance an egg on that spoon? And with some of them being, well, one particular famous American being a bit of a drug cheat. I won't mention his name, but he's possibly in the team and possibly one of the favourites to win gold. I don't know, he might not even be in the team anymore. But would their super fast sprinters, the likes of Usain Bolt off of the past, and Linford Christie and Carl Lewis, would these people be able to do the egg and spoon in under 10 seconds? And of course, you're not allowed to stick your thumb on the spoon, are you? Because that's breaking the rules. Even at school, we weren't allowed to do that. And I'm thinking, well, you've not got cameras keeping an eye on me. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to know? But it's like, oh no, take your thumb off the egg. Nah, I'm not going to do that. It'll fall off if I do that. So yeah. So egg and spoon. Obviously, would love to see the egg and spoon introduced to the Olympic Games. One of the best ever former Olympic games was called the plunge. So the idea here is you get an 18-inch platform, like wide platform. You jump into the pool, and you've got to float, and you're not allowed to propel yourself, and you've got to float face down for a minute. So basically, if you get it wrong and you're not very good at your timings, you're trying to drown people. Not quite sure how that will go down well. So Olympic drowning, what is the worst that could happen there? Yeah, I think drowning could be one of them. So yeah, I think that would go well. But other things that we would do in school sports day, because of course at my son's old junior school, they tried to make it as athletic as possible, I suppose. It wasn't particularly, but yeah. So what else did you do? You had the egg and spoon. You had the beanbag race. Yeah, I think that would be quite good fun actually. See how quick they can get back with our beanbags. And then you had to throw them into a pot, I think, if I remember. I suppose it's a bit like in the Winter Olympics where you've got the cross-country skiing where they've got to shoot as well, and if you miss, you end up picking up a time penalty. So that could be quite entertaining. What else could we do? There could be Olympic sack race. Yeah, can see them now getting in their sacks, which are to be sponsored by Spa, because especially the Diamond League, that always seems to be sponsored by Spa. Don't know why, but there you go. So we've done this in the spring, we've done the sack race, we've done the throwing of the little beanbag things. What else did we do at school? I've done the sack race, just done that one, didn't I? You could balance a sack on your head and then run 100 yards. Well, why are these teachers thinking of this crap? You know, they do come up with the most bizarre, oh, I know what, well, it's a bit of good sport. So do they like go around to a committee and go, oh, I know what'll be good. Why don't we get them to put a little beanbag on their head? Make sure it's a little one, because we don't want them hurting their heads. And then they've got to run and keep it balanced on the head. Why don't anyone like think, you know what, that actually sounds like a really stupid idea. Why are you even thinking that? You know, you're a teacher, you're supposed to be intelligent, you should have a degree to teach, and yet you think sticking a beanbag on your head, balancing it and running as far as you can without it falling off your head. And if it does fall off your head, you got to go back, pick it up and go again. And why would you run? Just walk relatively fast and you should be alright. But no. And you always get the one kid at school who can do it really fast, can't you? And then there's the idiot who can't. Hello? No, why these bikes? You know, they've got all the gear on, which makes them look like they could actually cycle quite fast. But we're barely getting 20 miles an hour, which, okay, it's not too bad. And we are coming to a 30 mile an hour limit anyway. But why? Why? We could have, thinking of bikes, why not do tricycle racing? So you've got to get a tricycle, obviously a bit bigger than a kid's one, but make sure it doesn't have gears, so you have to keep cycling, and put it on a really horrible track. Oh, talking of that, by the way, anyone seen the mountaineering at the Olympics? Wow, that's mountain biking in the Olympics. So another one I'm looking forward to, which is coming to the Olympics now, is the rock climbing. That is going to be immense, because some of the vertical drops and some of the overhangs are incredible, and these people, I've seen a little bit of it on Eurosport, I've seen it somewhere, and it is proper tough and proper awesome. So I am actually looking forward to oh god, I'm actually looking forward to seeing some of this. This is going to be super cool, crazy. Yeah, definitely looking forward to certain sports which have come to the Olympics. So you've got basketball there now, rugby sevens, that is crazy hard. You've got to be super fit and mega insane. They don't generally have the big fat bloke who you stick at the back of the scrum so that it moves nowhere, but goes one way, the way you want it to. Problem is, all the teams seem to have these. Most of the players seem to be about 6'4", built like brick outhouses and are just nails. And then they come up, you know, so you've got the top teams, which you've got these mountain players who are as fit as hell, and they need to go up against a minor nation who absolutely crush it. Mind you, I think it was yesterday, England were struggling and they were 21-0 down at half time, and they came back and they absolutely stuffed them in the second half and won the game. Go Team England. Not quite sure what's going on with the Taekwondo. Maybe we should get rid of that one. On the sports we should get rid of? Yeah, because we don't seem to be winning it. Let's be fair, there's no point taking part if you can't win. That was all about. So in 1996, when in Atlanta the UK came very sick, it was like, right, this ain't good enough. What we're doing is we're sharing the money too much and too thinly at sports that we don't really think we're going to do too well at. So they came up with a plan. Because we were good at rowing, let's put some money into rowing. we're good on a bike. Let's put some money into bikes. We can say, oh, okay, because we're an island nation, and obviously I know that 25% of my audience for some reason is American, but I'm talking about Team GB because that's the team I care about. I don't really care what the Americans are getting up to. End of the day, America will beat Britain, but then they've got 300 million, where we've got around 60 to 70 million people in the UK. So, you know, you're going to win because you've got a bigger pool of people to pull from. Maybe we've done an Olympics of being racist, then America might stand a good chance there of winning as well. But then they've already won enough, haven't they? You know, if we could go for country with worse leaders, you know, Russia, North Korea, they'd be up there, wouldn't they? Eh? Please don't kill me. Obviously America, not quite so much now. Isn't it funny how politics changes when leaders change? So every week we were hearing something from Trump, some BS that he's going on about. Oh, coronavirus is the Chinese virus. It may have originated in China. I don't think they really wanted to set it on the world, would they? Why would they do that? Why? Come on, tell me, Donald. Why would it be a good idea? Here you go, Bill. This is a genuine question. Why would it be a good idea for China to set COVID on the world? They had to close down as well. They also had people die. They were just better at getting rid of it than the rest of the world. But maybe because it's not as easy to get into China and they closed down quicker and properly, it made it harder for it to spread. Like, question, why were people allowed to go to India? Now, I know, and I do understand that we have a lot of people in the UK who parents or family are in Asia, possibly India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, wherever. You know, we are a big nation of multi-nations, and people go from all around the world. But for me, you're better off staying in the UK where the healthcare is better than you are potentially taking this killer virus, which is going around. And I'm sorry, I know I've gone away from the Olympics, but you're better off keeping this virus in the country where you're in, rather than potentially take it and spread it, or bring back a different version from a country. So the Delta version apparently variant comes from India. So basically we were having people go out to the subcontinent and then bring it back. Like, why were they even allowed to do that? For me, you know, travel was prevented and stopped for a reason. I don't know, we want to try and get the economy running again and all this bullshit, but let's stop people going to poorer countries. And this isn't me saying, oh, we're the UK and we're better than you, India, and this, that, and the other. But we have better general hygiene in this country. And again, it's not me trying to be offensive to anyone in that nation, but it makes sense that we try and keep the virus down. We can try and eradicate the virus from our country, rather than let's go on holiday, let's go spread the disease more. Like, why would you even want to get on an aeroplane at the moment? You know, I probably won't even think about going abroad for at least another 4 years. Probably won't even go abroad then. May never go abroad again. Don't really care. I like going to Cornwall, so I'm quite happy staying in England. I don't plan on travelling much. I will travel by watching TV, where I will go to California. Oh yeah, by the way, found out a great fact for you watching a QI tip, and if Stephen Fry tells you it's true, then it must be true. So I don't know if any of you have heard of Americanation or Californication. So Hollywood sells Californication. It's a lyric from a Red Hot Chili Pepper song. It's actually Americanation. They sell Americanism. Okay, what is Americanism? Well, they try and sell American life as being quite wholesome through movies. Okay, so anyway, that's not really what this is about. So, what noise does a frog make? And let's be honest, I just say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. It's over 4,000 known different subspecies of frogs, but only one actually goes rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Most don't make a noise, and some make different noises, but only one actually does a ribbit. And this is because of Americanation, where they need sounds in rainforests and stuff like that, so they put in ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. So every frog in the world is thought to make the same noise. Doesn't happen, does it? It's a bit like a language. Even if you learn to speak English, or you are English, I have a good friend. Guess what his name is? That's right, people. His name is Ariel, and he has his own channel on YouTube called Night of Ants. He's from the Philippines. He speaks exceptionally good English. True, Ariel, it is true. Your English is far better than my Filipino. I think we've had this conversation before, and I think I've probably said it enough times on this channel, but I'm not going to go into it anymore. But it is true, his English is way better than my piss poor attempt of any other language, because it doesn't work whether I'm speaking French, Spanish, Filipino. I can't speak any, but I certainly can't speak Filipino. I did do a plan with him that we should do a co-program where he tries to teach me Filipino, but I can assure you the following week I've forgotten everything. Well, probably the following minute I would have forgotten most things. I'm not very good at learning new languages. I'm not very good at learning things, full stop. That's why when I do certain videos I need to have bullet points and things like that, so that I've got an idea of what I'm going to talk about. That's why my Olympic game, which ones, but worst, best to worst, I can only do when I can actually sit down, think about it, and actually have a look at some of the sports. But what I do enjoy Olympic-wise has been the triathlons. So far, Team GP have got a silver medal in the men's and a silver in the women's, so congratulations to both of them. Done well. That's possibly my favourite sport. I do also like the marathon. Obviously 100 metres is great. It's like a 25-minute build up to a race, which is generally less than 10 seconds. But you know, that's one of the, it's funny though, isn't it, really, when you think about the work that goes into becoming an Olympic champion. You know, you think how much hard work someone like Usain Bolt puts in, and then compare what he would do to, say, Mo Farah. I know he wasn't at this Olympics, neither is Usain Bolt, but the hard work and dedication they would put into their training was crazy. You know, someone like Mo Farah would go away for months and train in places like Ethiopia at high altitude in extreme heat. He would run 20 miles a day every day. He would sleep in an oxygen tent, which would give him altitude sort of feelings so he could get used to it, so that when he actually came to the Olympic Games, he was ready for it, and he was temperature ready. You know, he came over from Somalia, so he, as a child, would have been used to the heat, and then he went to, I think he went to Birmingham. I think the temperature in Birmingham and the humidity in Birmingham is slightly different to Somalia, as also is the terrain, I believe. Not sure, I haven't had that classified, but I do believe there is a slight difference between Somalia and Birmingham. You know, if anyone could confirm this for me, then that would be great. I have been to Birmingham, not been to Somalia, so I can't confirm nor deny that there is a slight difference. Anyway, yeah, so Olympics works, you know, they work extremely hard, but I would say that some events are harder than others. For me, you know, they will be finished and I'll probably be about 20 yards and already tiring. You know, you actually go to a proper sports track somewhere like Southampton. You know, the track at Southampton is the same size as the track in the Olympic Stadium in Tokyo. We haven't actually seen the Olympic Stadium yet because the actual well, we did see it if you watched the opening ceremony. Personally, I didn't, but if you did see it, you'd have seen the Olympic Stadium. I haven't seen it yet, but the track inside is a standard 400-metre track, same as you would have had in Wembley when that was the Olympic Stadium back in the 20s, the same as you would have had in Los Angeles in 1984, same as in Barcelona in 1992, Athens in 2004, Seoul in 1988, Moscow in 1980. All of them have the same size track, as what they have in Southampton. That's basically what I'm saying. So if you want to go and see how big these tracks actually are, go and have a look at them and then think, you know, someone like Mo Farah would have run around there 25 times, I think, in the 10,000 metres. You know, anyone knows the actual amount of times? I think it was 25 times. Anyway, it's a bleeding long way, and I would struggle to go around it once, let alone, you know, it's 3 3/4 times to do 1,500 metres. It's just too long for me. It just looks big. I remember timing Luke and Adi, they ran around it once, and the time they did, it was about 2.5 minutes, and I'm like, wow, it's not very quick, boys. Go on, don't you do quicker? Nah, you're alright. Not sure I would have done any better. Not really, I certainly wouldn't do any better now. Running is too much like, why wouldn't you just drive? Or get on a push bike? That's easier than running, isn't it? Anything is easier than running. Anyway, I am almost home now in Megson Avenue. Yeah, my day is pretty much done. Wasn't the busiest day, but it is a Tuesday, so we're not really expecting it to be super busy. Slow down for the 20-mile-an-hour zone. No one seems to realise. Oh, here they are, look. There he is. Mr. Mercedes. Oh, I'll just drive in the middle because why not? Because you're a tit. Maybe that's why not. So they are knocking down all these flats and putting up new ones. I'm telling you that, you can't actually see it, but there you go, you just take my word for it. But yeah, so anyway, this has been me really review of Olympic sports I like and dislike. Did like the idea of the plunge. Think I could do the plunge. Not sure if I'd win gold. Basically, just lie there and don't move and float. And if you drown, well, I wonder if they actually had to sign a waiver. If you do sign, your family can't sue us. Oh well, okay, thanks. That'd be nice of you. So what happened? Oh, he jumped in the pool and drowned. Didn't no one think, oh no, we gotta give him a minute. You gotta give him a minute. Well, it's part of the sport, isn't it? I wonder if they go overtime, someone comes in and goes, oi, get out. You know, it's his turn now. I wonder if he had to count as well. Who knows? Anyway, home now. That is done. Day done. Video done. I hope you enjoy it. It's a bit of a bizarre one, I have to say. You know, it's not the normal video you get on the internet, but there you go. Anyway, I have been your man in the shed, NP. Hope you are having a great day. See you, pals. Enjoy the Olympics.